couple days ago, there's snow on the ground. Snow's pretty much all gone now, but it's supposed to snow again tomorrow, like back down to negatives, then double digits by the weekend. However, there's one thing with the Jeep that does concern me, and I'm gonna have a look at that. So as you can see, the transmission oil is no longer red, and that concerns me because who knows if it has ever been changed at all. Plus it smells burnt. Smells burnt. So this is going to be a case study. We got almost 200,000 kilometers on this Jeep. I would never personally let any of my vehicles get the fluid levels to that type of contamination. However, they sometimes say you should not change the transmission oil in an older mileage transmission because it might actually do more harm than good. We're gonna try this out as a case study. That transmission oil is burnt. Transmission still shifts okay though. Yesterday I picked up some ATF plus 4. I am gonna change the filter, but what I'm gonna do is use my midi vac to suck out as much as I can, put some fresh stuff in it, drive around for a little bit, help dilute it and stuff, so that way when I change the filter, most of the torque converter will be cleaned out. We're doing good. I think we're at like 2 liters now. I think 4 liters will be 50% of capacity. I did buy some transmission conditioner to stick in once I change the filter. This is the filter right here underneath the box because she's gonna need a miracle because that is disgusting. That should have been changed a long time ago. That's how transmission fluid is supposed to look, not black. Oh, 2 liters at first isn't much, but it's enough. We'll get started. We'll go through the gears while the cooling system circulating, and then we'll pump out another 2 liters, and then we'll go for a drive. There you go. That is nasty. Oh, it smells rank too. That being said, let's finish this cooling system off. That one there is probably one of the hardest ones, but found that going through the light bezel there definitely helps out. Alright, wrestle the upper rad hose back in. There we go. Upper and lower radiator hoses are in. Now I'm gonna put the fan back in. Now you can see where it's been leaking. I'm also gonna salvage these if I get them out, because you never know what project you might need an isolator for. All right. Start putting some coolant in this. Hope that there's no leaks, because that would royally suck. Oh, I can see this is... So I got some coolant in it. Everything's going back together. Headlights back in. I do have, I don't like these lights being wired up full time. So it comes up. Yeah, I definitely don't like that. And we got a fuse tap right there by the looks of it. But I'm gonna pull that fuse tap out and just put the fuse back in there. So I'm not sure what was going on with this, because according to the schematics, there should have been a 20 amp in there, not a 10. So I'm also gonna ditch that ground. I'm gonna run those lights to a switch later on. But for right now, I need to zip it. And zip it, I mean, cut it off right there. I'm gonna keep this part, rest of it's garbage. This is usable. I think it's just getting this in. Maybe I'll spray that out. Spray that out with some cleaner. This is a mass airflow sensor cleaner, but it'll get in there to clean that air intake temperature sensor. There we go. Oh, I breathe that in. Let's get the L rubber grill. Try to get it back and installed. Make sure I plug my lights back in for the L signals. Some of these look like I could still use them. So as long as I can still use them, I'll use these push clips. I do need 2 more, but I bought some fresh ones here. Let's hope that they fit. You kind of just have to size them up. Yeah, they look like they fit. All right, I guess open up the door, start it up, and let the magic out. Get those coolant levels where they're supposed to be. I have the HVAC on full heat. Now it's getting a little bit lighter. I just got home. Seems to drive all right. No complaints. And what a gorgeous day. I need to get this transmission filter oil change done, because Aubrey wants to come over and got some problems with his brakes on his car. This is the filter kit right here. We'll be good to go. Let's get this oil pan out of there. So all the pan's removed. There's quite a bit of sludge in there for sure. I'm gonna clean that up. So oil pan is clean. Put the magnet back in the same spot. We gotta see which way. I guess this can only go one way. Start feeding the new gasket on. once again, get it in that groove, right? And then you'll actually physically feel it push in place there. So now I need a way to try to figure out how to get the rest of the oil out of the transmission. The problem is there's the transmission thermostat where all 4 lines connect. Now if you remove the line I need to remove is actually by the exhaust in pretty awkward position. So what I'm going to think about doing is drop the thermostat out and then the oil will pump straight down. We're going to see what's going to happen. We'll start adding the oil. Probably start by adding 4 liters and then check it. Okay. Now, because of the state of the transmission and how burnt it is, I bought this Lucas automatic transmission fluid conditioner. So I'm gonna see how that's going to perform. Maybe the transmission will like it, maybe it won't. Jesus. Oh, that thing is coming off. She is friggin' seized. That's for sure. So this is the oil I took out of the transfer case. It is black, and you can see tons of metal in there. Oh yeah. Look at it piled up in that corner. Yeah, we may be looking at a rebuild in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with that bolt when the time comes. It's right by the fuel tank. I'll probably drill the head off of it and then punch it out. Yeah. We'll see how things go. Looks like there's a bolt missing for this one here. I think I got her now. It says I'm just over the cold mark, which is a good starting point because we haven't got transmission hot yet. I need to get this off, so I'm thinking of taking the plasma cutter, cut the lock off. You know, trying to get a sawzall in there would be a pain. Lots of things would be a pain. I think maybe just a plasma cutter will make a good job of that. And for that, I got this Reboot RBC 4500, $300 Amazon special, which is kick butt. So this is some bullshit right here. Cut it off, but can't get the pin out because this is probably solid steel pin. No anti-seize. Would have helped out a lot. Why the fuck did someone do that? Finally, that piece of crap is out. Note to self, people, if you're gonna do something stupid like this, why you'd even wrap it in tape is beyond me too. Probably to help anti-rattle, but all it does is just start rotting in there. Is anti-seize the pin, right? I ended up plasma cutting the lock off. Then I tried welding a nut on and a bolt, and they both snapped off. So then I beat it through as far as I could, plasma cut the end off, drove it through this way as far as I could, plasma cut it the knob off, and then I was able to drive it right through. But that, my friends, is yeah, I won't say. So there you have it. I just took it out, I drove it, the transmission oil flush, filter change, Lucas transmission conditioner. It shifts like a brand new Jeep. Now you could hardly feel it. It's definitely motherfucking beer time. Got some Caribou Blonde. Cheers, everybody. I was a little bit concerned at first about changing the oil and transmission because it was so burnt. You know, you hear a lot of stories, people talking about if you change your oil, it dies shortly afterwards. I think I'll be all right. I'm not too concerned anymore. Definitely, probably only going to have to drive it for a year and then change the filter and that again. Probably guaranteed do the same thing, flush it out, because that the oil was definitely well beyond its capabilities at this point in time. Not only that, the transfer case, a lot of metal flake in that. But if you guys remember, a little while ago, well, actually probably quite a while ago now, I picked up that JK transfer case used for $100. It's in my shed. So I get a rebuild kit, throw it in that. So it's just a matter of time, or a matter of time of swapping out one transfer case for the other, and away I go. Very little downtime. Few things I might work on later on, but it's not important, is that ARB skid. Try to modify something out with that, because I am not too happy with the way that is set up at all. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's a real pain in the butt, you know, for doing service, but I guess if you're only doing it once a year, you can tough it out. Anyways, I'm going to get going. There's going to be tons more JK content coming up until we get this thing in tip-top shape, and we're going to take it on its first mission. Anyways, cheers, everybody. I appreciate everybody who watches.